Hello. I'm reviewing 2007's release of the sequel to 2005's Fantastic Four, titled Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, from 2007, released back in 2007. The last and first sequel to the Fantastic Four franchise, starting with the 2005 one that this is a sequel to. I give it a 8 out of 10 for guilty pleasure for score. Good. I give this I enjoy this for above average. This gets an 8 out of 10 for me. I give this above average score. I really enjoy this movie. I enjoy this campy, silly, goofy fun of a movie. Even though I wish I actually cared about all 4 characters, I still didn't care about any of the 4. I don't know, because I didn't care about them in the first movie at all. Before they got their powers, I still don't care about them. Well, I don't have reasons. I just don't really, even though they are. But that's just Susan Storm and Mr. Fantastic Reed Richards character I have trouble caring about. Fuck. At all. I like the Human Torch, though, in this movie. Human Torch, they gave some depth to the Torch in this movie. Gave some more, they tried to make him more relatable and likable and sympathetic and have more empathy this time. And be actually genuinely happy for his sister getting married. Which was actually nice that they showed other things than just him being a dick. But again, the first one is kind of, I noticed they just actually showed him to pretty much be a dick the whole time that doesn't really care about anybody but himself. I mean, that's what it shows a lot. And then in the later in the movie, I felt like we skipped a scene. And I feel like we might have skipped something of a movie. And because I thought it was kind of odd how all of a sudden Johnny Storm wants to really take the hero gig seriously and really wants to commit to be a hero out of the blue after just doing it just wanting to do it just for it to get late for a while. It seems like that's why he did it, just to get a bunch of girls around to be around at first, and I believe he just wants to take it seriously, and it's like, why? Don't know. But the 4 Fantastic Four come together somehow. It's about as convincing as 2012's of how the Avengers came together by killing off Coulson. And that's brought them together, even though none of the Avengers really interact with Coulson. We once shared one dialogue and one scene together. But I don't think anybody really knew Coulson, but they're all shit and sad and traumatized. This feels forced, like a CW special made by Warner Brothers, like the weak CW specials. Like, it feels like one of the weaker CW DC TV specials. It feels like one of the weaker ones. This movie. Fantastic Four from 2007, the sequel to Fantastic Four, gets an 8 out of 10 for me. It's not as good as the first one. And to be fair, it's actually trying to be serious. It's trying to be a more serious take on the Fantastic Four than the content we saw in the first movie, by upping the stakes and and making a Galactus into a space cloud instead of giving him his comic book costume design and making him a giant like the comics. I only know that's what Galactus is because look is simply memorable and iconic, and I'm aware of what he looks like in the comics, and a little before this movie, and I gotta admit, I didn't understand out of all the designs you could have done, those things you've done with the Galactus character, why in God's name did you make him a faceless space cloud? It's just the big space cloud was is this a cloud of, this is a block of cloud, so it's kind of weird when the Silver Surfer goes up against Galactus and fights him, and it's hard to make, it's like, doesn't make any sense. He just looks like he's posing most of when he's going to fight Galactus. And Galactus is attacking him. It's hard to make out what's going on. It's hard to, because Galactus is a cloud. You shouldn't have done this. It just doesn't work on a visual scale, I think. And also, I know Silver Surfer doesn't say his catchphrase. There's only one catchphrase he says. That's didn't make its way into the movie. And the reason why that didn't happen is because the same reason why they didn't go with a Galactus costume look. That's a giant was dressed up in a purple costume. And he wears a purple helmet. That's Galactus, what he looks like in comics. He literally eats planets, that whatever lives on, everything that lives on a planet, and just eats it for lunch. That's his purpose to live, sole purpose to live and exist. In the Marvel comic lore, in the world of 616 universe, Marvel Comics, Earth is referred to as. So, granted, I never seen any comics he's been in. Any of the stories, the comics he's been in, and I just know about him. I was just aware of what he looks like. Because I seen a picture of him before, and, somewhere, I can't remember where I saw a picture of him, so, right now, and this will, anyway, I'm supposed to focus on the movie, okay? Right, and Silver Surfer's catchphrase in the comics, and then the cartoon, I guess, is, to me, my board, and he doesn't say that, and I found that actually, the creators of the film just had him pose, and not even had him to say, to me, my board, to show that the board's alive. Because I guess in the comic and in the cartoon, in the Silver Surfer cartoon and also in the comic, I hear, from what I understand, I haven't looked at the Silver Surfer comic. I only looked at the Silver Surfer cartoon, okay, from the 90s. I guess the board is basically alive, has a mind of his own, but it doesn't talk or anything. So I guess the board can understand him as well when he calls out to it. I thought that was cool. But in the Fantastic Four movie, the board, it just, I don't know, something about it just feels like artificial, the board. The imagination they took to suck the character out of this board, that I came to know from the Silver Surfer cartoons, and would like to check out some Silver Surfer comics rather than talk about this movie. And Silver Surfer kind of sucks in this. He's not cool like he was in the cartoon. 90s cartoon he was cool in. And he might have been fighting a superhero squad show, but even that he was kind of cool, and I liked that parody of the Silver Surfer. Still likable, I mean, he was still cool. And one of the regular characters that showed on that show, that was a regular current character, main character, one of the regular main characters on the show, was Silver Surfer, and he was like definitely the highlight of that one of the highlights for the show. One of the better characters on that show, I thought. But there's something about Lawrence Fishburne's take on the Silver Surfer, and I think I know what it is. His voice is played by Lawrence Fishburne, Morpheus. And his voice just sounds too stoic. And yeah. It always does nothing but sounds stoic. The surface sounds like all he does is sound stoic all the time, the Surfer in this movie. He plays the role stoically. He's forced to play the role stoically, or he wants to play the role. I don't know whose idea told, hey, play the Silver Surfer, the most boring, uninvested, stoic character of all time next to Brie Larson's Captain Marvel. Yes, I'm that forward thinking. Even though that hasn't come out yet at the time. I know that's what they were thinking, I bet. And that's why I thought he sucked in this movie. Lawrence takes on Morpheus takes on the Silver Surfer. You know, Lawrence Fishburne, the actor, plays Morpheus. Throughout the Matrix movies, plays the voice of the Silver Surfer. And the guy who plays the motion capture of the Silver Surfer is a different guy. I found that out on the special features. There's motion capture that plays the Silver Surfer mixed with CGI. Some things that were impossible to shoot was CGI, I guess. So it's a mixture of motion capture and CGI. You know, it's one of those. Is how they make the Silver Surfer, and they had the Morpheus guy voice him. I found this out on special features somewhere on the Blu-ray. And commentary also I checked out. I want to see what went wrong, what happened, what were they trying to do. Because I was fascinated, what the fuck did I just to watch? It's what I thought to myself in this movie. Which is pretty much my same reaction when I saw the first one. The first time viewing in 2005, even though I enjoyed it. I still didn't know what the fuck I watched. How the fuck did this fucking rot in my brain? Why did it rot in my brain? Why do I feel like I got stupid more than I was before the movie started? Ask my questions that also. Was the first one from 2005 and was the sequel from 2007 called Rise of the Silver Surfer, the last Fantastic Four movie by Fox Studios in this saga. Because this got canceled and came the reboot by Fox. That also got canceled. From 2015. So that's another video I'm just saving that for. Okay, that's my review on the Silver Surfer movie, Fantastic Four sequel, and also known as Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer from 2007. The sequel to Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four from 2007. Gets an 8 out of 10 Above average guilty pleasure in my book. I recommend this horseshit run of a movie franchise. Fox Fantastic Four is better than this. Not as good. It's kind of like my... It's like one of those fucking mucket. I like this movie kind of like what these movies you watch when you just want to say, fuck it, let's act retarded fool every now and then. And fuck it, and hit fuck it on the brain, and shut our brain off for a bit. And not bother to think, just pretend everything makes sense in the world. This is what this movie feels like. When I don't care about hardly any of the characters of the main four characters on the team of the four Fantastic Four team in both runs of the franchise in the Fox era. The reboot and the original era from Fox. I didn't care about any of the Fantastic Four. I enjoyed the movies, but I would care about them as long as they have their superpowers in the Fox universe. Both shitty, disappointment, reboots, reimaginings of the Fantastic Four by Fox Studios twice. And the first Fantastic Four movie was made by Roger Corman from 1994, directed by him. Was never released to the theaters, I hear. Complicated story about that movie, but it has this later on day on YouTube. You can view it on YouTube, where I viewed it. Pretty fun, like the Fox movies, but I gotta say, at least I gotta admit, the reason why I say the Roger Corman from 1994 is the best one, I think, is because it let me care about the characters before they got the powers. And I ended up caring about the characters before they got up the powers. All four main Fantastic Four characters on the main four, and the Roger Corman reimagining from 1994. The original OG Fantastic Four movie titled Fantastic Four from 1994 flick. Okay, and that's my favorite Fantastic Four movie from 1994, directed by Roger Corman. I think he's dead. I forget. Am I remembering that wrong or not? Yeah. So, may that beautiful filmmaker rest in peace. Because kudos, I enjoy this. The original Roger Corman's Fantastic Four. Like I enjoyed James Gunn reimagining of the Guardians of the Galaxy first two Guardians movies, directed, and I hear also James Gunn helps working on the process. He helps with the script, the story writing, influence the story also. I hear. So it makes sense because well, I guess that makes sense. Anyway, so James Gunn's reimagining of the Guardians for the first two Guardians movie from 2014 to 2017, titled Volume 1 and 2, Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. I'll enjoy that those franchises as an 8 out of 10 franchise. The first two ones, including the holiday special, a 8 out of 10. I enjoy them as guilty pleasures. Dumb, doofy, silly fun, but with likable characters that I can like through and through, even though I wish the plot was more than just a standard B-movie plot that I feel like I've heard before, is that cookie cutter, half-baked plot. Feels like. And that's what Roger Corman Fantastic Four feels like, even though I like the characters a lot. Like I like the Guardians from James Gunn reimagining. That's why I think the Fantastic Four from Roger Corman from 1944 is the superior to the Fantastic Four movie. Let's hope the new one, called Fantastic Four's First Steps, can top it. Or be as good. I can only hope, right? One of those things. I hope for. That was going to be as good or better than 1994's Fantastic Four. The superior of all the Fantastic Four movies in live action. And that's my review on Fantastic Four from 2005. Why I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 as a guilty pleasure. And that's also my view on Fantastic Four. Did I say 2005? I meant 2007, the sequel to Fantastic Four. That's my review on Fantastic Four and Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer, the 1994 Fantastic Four and the 2007 Fantastic Four I reviewed in this video. And I give them both a solid 8 out of 10. My two favorite guilty pleasures of all time. Which one's better? The first one, OG Fantastic Four of all time. Directed by Roger Corman. May he rest in peace, that beautiful bastard. Filmmaker. He was a hell of a filmmaker. Made a hell of a good movie, I thought. All things considered, though. But, you know, given that it was a low budget movie and it still looks pretty good, even though it's low budget. I like how this thing has the one eyebrow thing, has one eyebrow, like in the, it's like the thing in the comics, and it's also like expressible. The eyebrow, like thing in the comics eyebrow was. That they got rid of that eyebrow in the Fox reboots, both Fox reboots, the Fantastic Four reboots that the Fox did twice was the Fantastic Four. The one from 2015 and the 25 one was Jessica Alba. They love that. They didn't have that in the at all. That thing didn't have that signature eyebrow bump, one piece eyebrow he has. That's massive eyebrow bump or forehead. It's more of a forehead than an eyebrow. It's like a massive forehead that looks like an eyebrow, I guess. It just because it covers those own. It's not. It's because it's like it's more. It's because it's part of his face, but it's not soft. It's this. It's like flexible. It's flexible. The rock is this. Is like this big chunk of rock that looks like a one-piece eyebrow. That's, I guess, his forehead in the comics. And I like how this movie, Roger Corman one, incorporates that in live action. And I appreciate the movie was the first movie to use the thing as a practical effect and have a guy wear the movie, wear some costume. It's pretty cool, actually. I enjoy the thing costume. Pretty cool, actually. Even though it's like still, you know, it's a little much, looks pretty decent. That's what I thought. No complaints. It's my favorite live action looking thing. Even more than Michael Chiklis' thing. From the first two Fantastic Four movies by Fox Studios. From 2007 and 2005. And that's why I give the first Fantastic Four movies an 8 out of 10. And Fantastic Four movie from 2007 an 8 out of 10. And 1994's, I said it I give the first scratch. I almost repeat myself. I give both an 8 out of 10. Fantastic Four 1984 and 2007. That's my review. Okay, hit the bell to get subscribed. Hit the subscribe button to get subscribed too. Hit both in that order. Subscribe second, the bell first, in that order, to get subscribed. That's how you get subscribed, okay? And hit the thumbs up on this video, hit the thumbs up on my older videos. Check out my old videos. Don't you watch them in any order. You can watch them in Apple if you want to, because it doesn't matter. It's like, you don't really have to see my videos in order at all. It's like, it's not really a series you have to see in order at all. It's because there's no really, this is review, this want to let you know that, also in the first season of my videos, I posted my videos out of order than what I made them in. Recorded them in. I recorded them in a different order than what I posted them in. Because they all uploaded different times by random luck, you know? So, they didn't upload the same time they should have. That I posted them. You know, I posted them in order. They didn't upload in order, you know? That they just came out. This is how it happened. Was the whole thing. So, my show, early episodes are out of order, at least the first 2 seasons, you know? It could be out of order, or the first seasons of my show is out of order, and then some of the old episodes I made, I posted in the later seasons, later in the season 1, before I went on to make new content. I just posted all of my spare videos on my phone into the cloud I record by myself and onto YouTube. So that's why you don't, just want to tell you don't really need to see them in order. So and some might look more tired than others, and that's because I am tired in some of the old ones, and swearing a lot and loud a lot more than I am in my recent videos. Now I make, like this one. Okay, that's all I got to advertise on my content. That's my review on Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer from 2007. And Roger Corman's director. Roger Corman's the director that directed Fantastic Four from 1994. The original Fantastic Four movie. From 1994 that I watched on YouTube. And I enjoyed it. Like the first 2 Guardians movie by James Gunn. I enjoyed it that much. Roger Corman's Fantastic Four is that good to me. Because that was the first one and only one I actually cared about the characters before they got their powers. All 4 characters. And I love Doctor Doom in that movie. Now that guy lives up to his name, Doctor Doom. And I like how this Doctor Doom has a castle. There's a layer, it lives in there. Castle. Like Doctor Doom's first one was Doctor from the comics. And I like how Doctor Doom look is straight eye from Doctor Doom from the comics. His costume. The wing was his classic 616, straight out of the OG era of 616 comics, Doctor Doom look they went with. And he even has the castle in Latveria. It is so incredible. You can pay attention to great detail, and they take the story seriously. Whereas the 2005 one kind of took the source material as a joke and kind of poked fun of the source material, and that became a spoof of itself. And intentionally, it was. That was the intentional. If you like, and that's the intentional. I found out that was intentional about the filmmaker. They wanted to make this funny as possible. The Fantastic Four movie from 2005, but in the 2007 one, they want to make it serious as possible. You found the commentary on both movies is like hilarious. How one wants to make them stupid and hilarious for possible. For the sequel, they want to make it serious and edgy. So they decide to make Galactus a space claw as one of the edgiest things to make it serious. That didn't work like they thought it would. I bet. And because they didn't make a third one. Never did. Got canceled. Due to negative backlash I hear of this one. Can't say I blame them. Fans of that didn't like this movie. That is, I can't entirely blame them, but I can also I can blame this movie is like could have been better. But then again, so the one from 2005 could have been better, I think. And that's my review from Fantastic Four franchise with Roger Corman and the 2007 sequel, Rise of the Silver Surfer with the Silver Surfer. I give both an 8 out of 10. Enjoy my content of this video. Goodbye.